what do you know about inbound marketing? Let's say you read it that inbound marketing is part of your digital marketing course. So, what was your understanding of inbound marketing? Or but when you hear the word inbound marketing, what comes to your mind, guys? Guys, what comes to your mind when you hear the word inbound marketing? Okay, according to Arun, creating brand awareness. Meghna is saying focus on attracting customers through relevant and helpful content. That's close. Devo is saying attracting people to your website. Okay, attracting customers, targeting potential customers. Okay. So I think most of you are saying, like all of you are saying inbound marketing is all about attracting customers. Like that's the understanding. Sonali is mentioning that engaging your customers. Okay, strategy to attract customers through various tactics. Okay, using various social tools in a combination to target audience to engage. Okay, inbound marketing is an art of converting audiences into leads. Okay. So, in today's session, we'll be understanding what inbound marketing is all about. Where does it fits into the overall digital marketing framework? Why it is becoming more and more critical for a business to look at inbound marketing and try to implement few of these strategies. Then we'll learn about what are the three phases of inbound marketing, and then how we'll learn in the overall next 8 sessions about these three phases of inbound marketing. So these are few of the things that we'll be learning in today's session. In the next session, we'll start with phase one of inbound marketing, that is how you can attract audiences. We'll see a lot of examples on that, and then at the end of it, we'll discuss the inbound marketing strategy exercise, basically the task that you need to complete after session number two. So we'll be taking up a business case in the session itself and try to build a strategy to attract audience for that business. So you will have an understanding of how these concepts that we are learning in the session can be implemented for a business. So that's the objective, guys. Is everything clear, which I've mentioned till now, guys? So let's understand, like, where does inbound marketing fits into the overall digital marketing framework? I think all of you have attended at least two modules, or at least one till now. So you have a basic understanding of what digital framework looks like how, what can be done. So let's understand where does inbound marketing fits into the overall digital marketing framework, and then see from there what are the different phases of inbound marketing and how we will approach it. So basically, whenever you're building up your online presence, let's say a website or a blog, the way to bring visitors to your website is like through multiple reach building channels that are available through search engines, either optimization or marketing on search engines, or display ads, or maybe email marketing, social media marketing. These are few of the channels through which you can build reach for your business. Now, these are the primary channels through which you will be able to bring visitors to your website or your blog post. Now, the thing is, out of the overall people that visits your website, just 2 to 3% converts into leads or into transacting customers, or basically just 2 to 3% of the people do the desired action that you want them to do. Now, depending on your business objective, there could be different desired action that you want them to do. Maybe spend more time so that they could see more ads and you could generate more revenue from there. Maybe you want to make them click on certain actionable element on your website. Maybe you want them to sign up and convert into a lead. Maybe you want them to sign up for free trial. Maybe you want them to transact on your platform. So depending on the desired action that you want them to do, the thing is just 2 to 3% people who visits a website perform the desired action. Now what happens with the rest of them? So basically rest of the people drops off. So guys, what do you think, like, of the people who are dropping off? What we're talking about is 97% of the visitors drop off without doing the desired action. Now, what do you think? Should we stay in touch with these users, or should we leave them aside and just focus on bringing new visitors to the website? Okay, I think all of you are saying we should stay in touch with these users. So let's understand why these people dropped off. Any idea, guys? Why you drop off from a website without doing the desired action? So to understand that, let's do a quick survey among ourselves. Like, what is the ratio of for you in terms of visiting an e-commerce platform to buying on an e-commerce platform? So what is your visit to transaction ratio on e-commerce website? Let's say for me it's 10 is to 1. For every 10 visits, I transact usually once. Okay, for Meghna it's 20 is to 1. What about other people? Guys, can I quickly get responses from each one of your side? Okay, 5 is to 1, 2 is to 1, 15, 10 is to 1, 5 is to 1 for Arun. Okay, 20 is to 1, 2 is to 1 for Devo. Okay, for Neha it's 10 is to 1. So what you're doing when you're not transacting, guys, on an e-commerce platform? What is your typical objective when you're visiting an e-commerce platform with no intention of transacting? Going through products, browsing, exploring products, looking through the collection, okay? Window shopping, browsing, doing research, comparing products, looking for deals, offers, going through new products, looking for offers, okay? Basically, you're looking for information. It could be prices, it could be detailed information about the product, it could be comparison of one product to another, basically so that you understand what the product is, if it fits into your requirements or not, if you're getting the best if you're getting it at the best price or not. So you're looking for information, like depending on the information you may decide to buy or not to buy. So it's basically the information which helps you in converting into a lead or into a transacting customer. Can we say that, guys? So we should basically each one of you, when you not transacted and went to an e-commerce platform, you certainly had some intent to transact. Now, depending on the availability of the information and how well it is for you, you decided to buy or not to buy on a platform. So we should stay in touch with the people who dropped off, because primarily they were looking for the product. That's what brought them to the website. So they could be potential customer whom we can convert off if we engage them and provide them with the right information. Now, the thing is, in the overall digital marketing framework, as I mentioned, these are the primary reach building channels. Now, the thing is, out of the people who are visiting your website, just 2 to 3% convert into lead or into transacting customers. 97% of the people drops off. Now, we all agree that we need to stay in touch with these users. So, what are the ways in which a business can stay in touch with the people who dropped off? Either we could remarket or retarget to them, or we can aggregate them and then reach out to them and provide them with detailed information. Now, guys, are you aware about remarketing, retargeting? You must have seen display ads from the websites that you visit and then drops off. From Digital Vidya itself, you must have seen a lot of display ads. Meghna, from of the products that you have seen on e-commerce platform, those ads that you see throughout next 1 or 2 weeks on when you visit different content websites. Do you remember seeing that kind of an ad? Okay, so basically those are remarketing or retargeting ads. Typically, it works on cookies. You will learn more about that in search engine marketing module and web analytics in terms of how cookies work and then how you can launch a remarketing ad. Now, that is one way uh, to show display ads to users who already visited your website to bring them back, to remind them about the visit that they had, what they were looking for, and based on that, trying to give them a good call to action which could bring them back to the website. Now, another way is to aggregate audiences. Now, what do we mean by aggregation of audience? Typically, asking customers for their information so that we can reach out to them at a later stage with the information that we think could help customers in their decision making process. Now, one of the simplest thing, like the example that I could give you for audience aggregation is, let's say Digital Vidya provide you with an opportunity of attending free orientation session, or there are a lot of webinars that are there, or we provide you with a case study or a guide if you try to exit the website. So there's a pop-up which comes up where you get a case study or a guide if you provide us with your information. Now, once you provide your information, Digital Vidya can reach out to you with emails which contain detailed information about the courses. So, guys, do you remember seeing receiving those kind of an email which had like a lot of detailed information about courses which would have helped you in your decision making process? Now, that's audience aggregation. Now, what's the difference between retargeting and audience aggregation? Can you think of anything, guys? So you must have seen display ads from Digital Vidya on various websites, and you must have received emails from Digital Vidya once you have aggregated. So what was the difference, like as a consumer, what was the difference that you felt in these two mediums? Yes, that's correct. Rashmi is mentioning that we can provide more information through aggregation. Okay, email had detailed information. Yeah, in both the ways, in both ways, we are trying to reach out to people who already visited our website. So it's not about returning visitor or new visitor. We're reaching out to the audiences who visited the website. The only difference is, like in case of audience aggregation, people opt in to receive information from our site. In case of remarketing, we can do it without people's consent. Basically, it's based on cookies. So when people visit the website, if they agree for the privacy policy, we can retarget to them. Now, one of the primary difference, guys, is like you will not see much information on a display ad. Have you ever can you remember seeing a display ad, guys? Like it would have contained an image, logo of the company, maybe a line or two, and a call to action. That's all. Now, as you were mentioning that for most of you, your ratio of visiting an e-commerce platform to doing transaction is 10 is to 1, 20 is to 1, 5 is to 1. So you're primarily looking for more information other than just a reminder about what you were looking for. So one of the major limitation of remarketing ad is like you can't provide information to users. And what we are primarily saying is that customers are looking for information when they visit a website. So audience aggregation have that one major advantage over remarketing, that through if you have aggregated audiences, you can provide them, you can reach out to them and provide them with detailed information based on what they were looking for on the website. Remarketing ad can work as a good reminder. Now the advantage of remarketing as it works as a great reminder. It bombards you with the message again and again on different website that you will be surely be able to remember that you have visited the website. Now another difference is another crucial difference is, like in case of audience aggregation, let's say you're reaching out to audience through email. Now that's the primary content that people are engaged with. Now in case of remarketing ad, either you are on economictimes.com or some other website where you're seeing it, let's say Digital Vidya's remarketing ad. So the primary content that you're engaging with is the news article on those websites. And then so Digital Vidya's remarketing ad will have to compete with a lot of different pieces of content, and it's the secondary piece of content that customer may engage with. So basically, in terms of engagement, typically remarketing display ads have a CTR of 0.2%. As compared to that, if you have aggregated audiences and then you're reaching out to people, providing them with detailed information based on what they've done, you could see a CTR of as high as 20%. 20 to 25% of CTR is normal in case of emails if you're providing users with the relevant information. Meghna, CTR is click through rate, number of people who have opened an email or who have seen an email content to number of people who have clicked on it. Okay, so that's the second difference, that the engagement rate is very high in case of email as compared to display ads, just because of the nature of the platform that these are. So guys, are these two differences clear to each one of you? So primarily we have two ways to stay in touch with the users: remarketing or audience aggregation. Now the third thing is, like, there are a set of businesses which generate leads. Or let's say you have lot of people who have signed up on the platform, a lot of people who have started their free trial. So you will have to convert them into sales. Arun, we'll get into detail in terms of which all are the channels that are available for audience aggregation. Wow, what are the tools that are there? The objective is to get an overview, and then we'll go through each one of these aspects in detail over next 7 session and today's session. Okay. Now, for the businesses who are generating leads, who are making people sign up for a free trial or something like that, they want to convert those people into sales. So you can nurture these leads through lifecycle emails so that over a period of time, convert them into sales. So there's this whole process of lead nurturing, reaching out to people who convert it into a lead so that they have much better understanding about the business and the solution it provides. And the most crucial part is you want to track each and every aspect of customer journey, from the time they got attracted to the website, to the time they visited website multiple times, to the time when they converted into a lead, and then further converted into a sale. So you want to track each and every aspect of their journey through a web analytics tool so that you can optimize to get more conversions. Now, what do we mean when we say optimize to get more conversion? Basically, reducing the steps in customer journey, reducing the friction in customer journey, providing much more effective journey for them so that more customer can convert off, providing much more efficient flow for users so that more and more number of people can be converted off. Now, just to give you a glimpse, a small understanding of how and what can be done to optimize for conversions. Uh, on Amazon.in product page, guys, like, how many call to actions are there through which you can buy the product? If you have to buy a product on Amazon.in product page, what are the call to actions through which you can do that? Do you remember that, guys? I'm not talking about the information, I'm talking about call to action through which you could buy. Rashmi, if you're signed in, I'm talking about that scenario, not if. So basically, there are two call to actions. One is buy now, and another one is add to cart. So, guys, what is the difference between functionalities of these two call to action? Okay, buy now is for immediate purchase. I think most of you are saying that. So guys, what do you think, like why Amazon have given these two call to action? There must be some fundamental difference in the functionalities. Arun, for later purchase, basically, add to wish list is the right call to action. Usha, again for you, like add to wish list is the call to action if you want to create a list of product that you want to buy. Basically, how it works is like add to cart is there for the people who want to buy more than one product. Buy now is there for the people who wants to buy a single product. So basically, if you're there to buy a single product, you click on buy now, it will be a three-step journey for you. If you're there to buy a single product, if you click on add to cart, it will be a five-step journey for you to complete the transaction. So basically, add to cart is there for you if you want to buy more than one product. Buy now is there for the people who want to buy a single product. Do you agree, guys? Try to use the functionality at the end of the session and you will see. So basically, why they must have brought two different flows, like a different call to action altogether for the people who are there to buy a single product. Basically, they must have seen that there is substantial number of people on the website who are there to buy just a single product. For them, to really make their journey much more efficient, you Meghna, obviously, like on a website, like add to cart is first, then comes buy now, then comes add to wish list. But that's not the case. I was talking about the functionality, difference in functionalities of these two call to action. Okay. So for people who are there to buy a single product, at buy now is the product. Now one of the fundamental rules is like lesser the number of clicks in customer journey, higher is the conversion rate. Lesser the number of steps that customer have to go through in the overall buying process, higher is the number of people who will complete the transaction. So just based on that principle, they were able to get more conversions. So basically, what we're talking about is we need to track each and every aspect of customer journey so that we can optimize and get more conversions. Is this point clear, guys, to each one of you? So just summarizing what we have learned. So if you want to build a website to attract audience, that's the first step. Whenever you build a blog or a website, you want to bring visitors to your website. Now, there are multiple reach building channels like SEO, SEM, display ads, email marketing, social media marketing, through which, sorry, so basically through which you will be able to bring visitors to your website. Now, the thing is, out of the overall visitors that will come to your website, just 2 to 3% will convert into lead or into transacting customers. Now, what happens with the rest of them? They drops off. Now, what was the reason because of which they visited the website without doing a transaction? Basically, the basic reason is they were looking for information, and based on the information that were available, they were not able to reach to a decision making stage. So that's where they dropped off. So we all agreed that we need to stay in touch with these users. Now, what are the ways in which we can stay in touch with these users? Basically, we could retarget to them or aggregate them and then reach out to them. So we also, what is the difference between audience aggregation and retargeting or remarketing? Now, another thing was we want to track each and every aspect of customer journey so that we can optimize to get more conversions. And then the last part is out of the leads that we are generating, out of the people who have signed up for the free trial, we want to convert more and more number of people into sales by making them understand more about the solution and how exactly it fits into their requirements. Now, this is the overall digital marketing framework, guys. Now, inbound marketing covers all of it. Like typically, what people believe and know is that inbound marketing is a great way to attract audiences. It's an it's a channel through which you can it's a strategy through which you bring more visitors to the website. You attract more relevant people to your platform. But it's true, but it's not restricted to just attracting your audience. It's also about engaging them, staying in touch with those users, and then optimizing the overall flow, converting those users up. And that's what we'll be learning in this module. So in the week one, we'll be learning about how we can build reach for the business. We'll see what all are the channels that are available, how you can build a strategy to attract audiences through multiple channels. We'll take up few businesses and understand and see like how they've built up initial reach for the business and what are the things that they did, what are the strategies that they follow. We'll try to learn from it, and then at the end of week one we'll take up a business case and try to build a strategy for it to attract audience. Now that's week number one. In the week number two, we'll be learning about audience aggregation. We'll see like out of the visitors that are getting on the website, what can we do to aggregate audiences? And then simultaneously we learn about what are the upsides of aggregating audience. In what ways aggregation of audience provide an advantage to a business. And then we'll see what are the channels that are available for audience aggregation, what are the tools that are available, how you can create a flow for users on your website, and then what type of content should you provide to users based on the journey that they have. So this is something we'll be learning in week number two. In the week three, we'll learn about conversion optimization. We'll see like how we can track each and every aspect of customer journey. What do people expect when they visit a website? What are the important factors around customer psyche that if you know them, you will be able to create much more efficient journey for users on your website. Then in the week number four, we'll be learning about lead nurturing. So once you have converted people into leads, how you can nurture them throughout their life cycle to make them more mature about the business, increase their understanding of the solution, thus converting more number of leads. So we'll be learning about life cycle emails. We'll see like how you can automate the whole process. What are the different objectives that life cycle emails can be used for? All these automated emails that you receive, there's a lot of detailed strategy that you can make to make it work better for you. So we'll learn all those strategies and see like how you can set up drip email marketing campaigns. We'll discuss two detailed case study in the last session. And then again, as I mentioned earlier, after every week, we'll take up a business case and build a strategy based on the concepts that we'll be learning in that week for that particular business. So that will give you clarity in terms of what are the concepts, how those concepts can be have been implemented by various businesses, and then how it can be built up for the business that you want to build it up for. So if you have your own business, you can take up that for the task, or if you have something, some other business in your mind, you can build the strategy for that business. So guys, are you clear with the overall objective of what we'll be learning in this module? Let me know if you have any questions or doubts. Okay. So you get a basic understanding. Like one of the major myth that people have about inbound marketing is that it's all about creating a pull factor and that's all. It's people don't understand that it's also about engaging users as well as converting them off. So it's as much as a sales strategy as it is a audience basically as it is a reach building strategy. Now, one of the basic way, like one of the fundamental way how it started was like inbound marketing is all about creating a pull factor. So basically, as compared to every other channel where you're reaching out to new audience or the same audience again and again, competing with your competitors over the bids or on the ads on various platforms, you will be incurring a lot of cost to bring the same customer back. As compared to in case of inbound marketing, what you're doing is you're trying to reach out to customers and provide them with the information that they care about based on the journey that they had. Basically, creating a much uh, more effective pull factor through which customer will be better engaged. Now, the next thing is why inbound marketing is critical for a business to work on, or why it is getting more and more popular. So let's understand this. So the fundamental reason is role of customer in the buying process is changing. So as compared to 10 years ago, if you wanted to buy a product, let's say a laptop or a fridge or a mobile phone, your journey was very different as compared to today's world. Guys, can you mention few of the differences that you see? Let's say when you went to bring the first phone, when you went to buy your first phone, what was your journey like? And let's say for the latest phone that you bought, what is the difference between the journey that you had as a user? Not about the medium, obviously the last phone you may have bought online 10 years ago, it was offline, but in terms of your overall decision making process, what's the basic difference? Okay, more emphasis on reviews, can easily compare with other phones, more information is available now, we can google the information, there's a lot of competition. Okay, earlier we depended on mobile shop representative to give information. Okay, now there's Google. We can compare internationally. Now we can do more research before buying. Basically, one of the fundamental things that have changed is there's a lot of information that is available based on which you could decide which phone you want to buy. From reviews that are there, from users who have used the product, to influencers who are reviewing all the products that are available, to a calendar where we know that this phone will be launched next month, so you should wait. So you could decide your buying cycle altogether. So there's a lot of content in terms of blogs, in terms of videos that is available. You could compare. There's a lot of opportunity for businesses to give you offers as well. So let's see what are the basic things that have changed in terms of the flow of user from one step to another in their decision making process. Meghna will come to all these metrics at a later stage when we'll have a better context. Okay, so let's focus on setting up the context right now. Now let's compare the funnel, like step by step, in terms of the journey that people are having to the journey that people had 10 years ago. Like, what's the difference that came in? So this is typically a six-step marketing funnel, valid for most of the businesses. Basically, typically you start with awareness. You generate awareness for the product or the services that you're launching. People who see and then uh, this is the maximum zoom available, Priya. So guys, are you able to see my screen? Like read what's there? I think in case if you're attending the session from mobile, you will not be able to do it. But okay, I'm explaining in any case, and at the end of the session, you will receive this particular slide. So shouldn't be an issue. Okay. So the first step is awareness. Typically, for any business, they want to generate awareness for the solution, product, or the service that they are selling. Now, out of the people whom you were able to reach out to through your awareness channel, people who had a requirement, who have a requirement of that particular solution, product, or the service will start considering your solution, will want to know more about your solution. Now, the next stage is the moment people get to know more in detail about your solution, they will look out for similar solution in the market to see and compare like how exactly your solution is compared to what's available in the market. Now, depending on what fits into customers' requirement in terms of the features, in terms of various characteristics of the solution service that you provide, to the price point, depending on what fits into customers' requirement, they decide to take action of buying that product. Now, if they like they like your solution, product, or the service, they become loyal to it. Now, if they like it beyond certain extent, they become advocate for your solution or the product. So, guys, is the six-step funnel clear to you? Now, earlier, which were the channels through which customers were going through each one of these steps? Typically, awareness was generated through TV, radio, or outdoor hoarding campaigns or newspaper ads. Basically, these were three, four channels through which businesses were reaching out to audiences, making them aware about the solution or the product that they have launched. Now, people used to go to the store if they were interested, read through the brochure or a detailed information pamphlet to get more detailed information. And then, if you were interested further, you used to do product comparison in the store itself, or in certain cases, you were reading through more information, comparing products there in the store itself, doing product test and all. And based on if you find certain product more worth, you decide to buy that product. Decide to purchase that product in store itself. Or in certain cases, you used to come back, decide and discuss, take few more days to think through, and then again go back to the store to buy that product. And in terms of bringing loyalty, basically trying to bring you back to the store again, there was a loyalty card that these businesses used to provide to you, in which you get some part of reward points which you can redeem in your next transaction. So this was a typically five-step funnel that was valid. There was not much advocacy which was there. Basically, you would have advocated for the product that you have bought and had a great experience with, either to your neighborhood or to your office friends or your friend circle. Basically, that was the very limited zone in which you could advocate for a product. So typically, maybe the circle is around 50 to 100 people at max. And that too, if you have a very great product experience. Now, that was a funnel in the earlier days, like 10 years, 15 years ago. Now, what it looks like in today's world. Typically, awareness is generated through social media buzz, search engines, or blogs. These are the primary channels through which you get aware about a particular product or a service or a solution. So, guys, which was the last product which you saw only on TV? Like, do you remember, like, which was the last brand you got aware about, which do only TV campaigns? Arun, are you talking about Vivo phones? Okay, Vivo is the one. What else? Guys, any other brand that you could think of? Okay, Netflix. Okay, Neha, you got to aware, you were basically you got to aware about Netflix. You were coming back to the slide. Basically, the moment you get aware about a new solution or a product or a service through search engine, social media buzz, or blogs, what happens is, like, people who are interested, who wants to know more about your solution, they start researching about the product or the solution. They look out for user reviews. They look out for reviews of that product. They look out for videos on that. They look out for blogs on that. So that too, get more understanding about the solution, to see like how exactly this solution is, what are the reviews that people have published about this particular solution or the product. Now after that, if they still feel the solution is something they want to move forward, they look out for similar products in the market, and based on the social network, basically videos that they see and local searches, they set up preferences in terms of which product is superior, or which product or which brand is much better in terms of services. So preferences are set up by social network, YouTube, or local searches. Now action, uh, in terms of buying, it could be induced through discounts or flash sales. Purchase could happen online, in store, or on mobile phones. In terms of loyalty, like if you have a great experience, if you had a good experience with a brand, like using their particular solution or a product, you like the Facebook page, you follow them on Twitter, you provide your email address to the platform to get more updates on their site. So, which creates an opportunity for customized upselling. And in terms of advocacy, like if you have a great experience or if you have a pathetic experience with a brand or a solution provider, you provide them reviews on various platforms. If you have a great experience, you share the reviews on social platform. You like the content. You help in creating social media buzz about a particular service or a solution. So this is the typical six-step funnel, which is valid in today's scenario. Now, what is the difference between current funnel with the older funnel? Guys, can you think of few things? What are the few differences that you can see between this funnel and the funnel which was there a decade ago? So we know this is based on digital channels. These were offline channels. But what else? Okay, much more specific to the job, speed. Okay. So one of the basic thing that have happened is information. Like there's a lot of information available about it. So the backbone of new funnel is information. You could see for every step, people are dependent on information that is available. So a brand can't do much in terms of producing that information, because the sheer amount of information that is being published by users based on their reviews, based on their experiences, is huge. Now, what else? Now, second thing is like it became more of a cyclic process than a linear process it was earlier. So earlier, let's say you wanted to have sale of 10,000 product in a store. So for that, you were typically reaching out to 1 crore people. Out of them, let's say 1 lakh or 50,000 people will visit the store. 20,000 people will do the product test and comparison, and out of them 10,000 people will purchase the product. So this was the flow, like it was a waterfall kind of a thing. Every step there was a huge drop off rate, and you were not able to do anything to engage those users, to bring those users back who went back to their home after doing the product test or comparison, or after just viewing the brochure. Now in this case, in today's world, one thing is each one of these steps are fueling other. Like let's say the moment somebody have purchased the product, they could share it on social platforms, which could set up preferences for someone else. So it's not just that people who are advocating for the product, it will fuel sales, but also people who are reviewing the product. If they like a review, they could share it. So at this moment itself, they could help else in setting up the preference in terms of which product to buy. So it became more of a cyclic process, which is fueling each one of these steps are fueling other, and thus create increasing the overall effect that a business can get out of the digital channels. So are these two differences clear, guys? And these are the two fundamental differences because customers is particularly looking for information as compared to buying the product. So they require a lot of information before they could reach to the decision making stage. So till now we saw where does inbound marketing fits into the overall digital marketing framework. Then we saw like what are the difference that came up with the digital channels, how it is different from the earlier funnel. Now, what what was the basic point is inbound marketing is becoming more and more critical because online audiences are primarily in the research mode rather than the buying mode. So as we saw, everyone is dependent on information. So more personalized and customized information that you can provide to users, higher will be the chances that you will be able to convert of users. So from creating a pull factor by providing much more relevant ads and content pieces to users by creating a pull factor with them, to engaging users and staying in touch with them by providing them with relevant information based on the journey that they had, to creating much more effective overall flow for users so that more customer can be converted off, to engaging users over their life cycle by providing them with relevant information, thus making them more mature about the solution, is all what we are doing through inbound marketing. So because of the requirement that people have of consuming information to reach to their decision making process, inbound marketing is becoming more and more critical for the business. Now, another, based on a study, it was seen that up to 95% of the people who are visiting your website are there to research, not to buy. That each one of us know. But the major thing is, as many as 70% of them will either buy from you or from your competitors over a period of time. So basically, what we're mentioning is these people who are visiting your website have a potential to convert. They will do the transaction, may not be in this visit, but maybe after 5 visits. Now, what what they will be doing in the next 5 visits? Basically, they will be looking for information so that they can reach to a decision making stage. They can reach to a decision making step. So all we are trying to do through inbound marketing is provide them with that information proactively so that we can convert of these users. So that's something we'll learn over next 7 sessions. Now, what are the advantages that digital channels provide? Like obviously we want to reach to users, we want to provide them with personalized information. Now the major thing that happened is like in with the digital channels, you could provide personalized information to users at scale at almost negligible cost. Now, earlier, to give you an example, to give you a comparison, like Hero Honda used to reach out to people, reach out to their customers on their birthdays. Okay, they used to send a greeting card, a very big greeting card, to each one of their customers. Now, it used to cost a lot, like procuring those greeting cards, then sending it through India Post, and there was issues with addresses, there were issues with delivery. So the campaign was not that successful, and it incurred a lot of cost for Hero Honda. Again, their effort was to provide a bit personalized experience to their customers. Now, in today's world, you know, like how many messages from businesses that you receive on your birthdays or emails that you receive. So those emails and SMS are highly personalized based on the journey that you're getting, you had, or your birthdays or the events in your life. And at almost negligible cost, these businesses are able to reach out to you. Now, again, another example is let's say on Make My Trip or Yatra or Go Ibibo, when you're logged in into the platform, and let's say you were looking for flights between Bangalore to Bombay, and then dropped off without selecting any flight. Now, within 5 minutes, you will receive an email mentioning that looking for flights between Bombay to Bangalore to Bombay, your price starts from this much. This is how the price chart look like for next 1 week. This is how much price is expected to increase by tomorrow, and this is the best offer that you can get. Guys, do you remember seeing that kind of an email? So basically, those emails are highly personalized, highly relevant based on what you have done on the website. But and can be sent at scale at almost negligible cost. So that's an advantage that digital channels are providing to businesses. Now, let's take an example to understand this particular point. How much impact a simple personalization can bring. So, Hillsberg Diamonds, which is an online jewelry marketplace, online jewelry platform to be precise. Now, earlier, what they were doing was like whenever they were launching a new product, they used to send a product image to all the people whose email address is with them. Now, in this case, they wanted to launch a bracelet that customer could customize with their name. So instead of sending a product image, what they did, they created an animated personalized promo where the bracelet can be customized. Bracelet image can be customized with the customer's name and the email can be sent. With the simple animated personalized promo, they were able to see and achieve 288% increase in sales. So basically, this email was sent to Laura. So Laura could see how exactly this bracelet would look like with her name, thus increasing the overall sales. So with this simple animated personalized promo, they were able to see 288% increase in sales. Now that's a huge increase for any business. So as we move forward, we'll see a lot of these examples on what can you do in terms of personalization and how much impact can it bring. Another example is of Kissmetrics. Now Kissmetrics is a web analytics tool. Few of you who have completed web analytics module must be knowing Kissmetrics. Now, uh, typically web analytics uh, tools are required for you to track user journey on your website, so that to see like what are the actions that people are taking for visiting your website. Now Kissmetrics is one of the tool. Now the thing is they provide you with a 14-day free trial during which you can evaluate the tool, so that at the end of the free trial you are in a position to decide if you want to continue with the paid subscription or not. Now Manas is a customer who signed up for the free trial of Kissmetrics. Now the case for this email was that he signed up for the free trial. Now it's been more than 14 days, his free trial got over, but he haven't signed up for the paid subscription of the tool. So Bio Atwell, who is a account executive at Kissmetrics, reached out to him with this email. It's highly personalized email for the journey that Manas was having. In the first half of the email, Atwell is building up the conversation, mentioning that I'm sorry I haven't been able to reach you, but that's okay. We know how busy you can get. Please keep my contact info on file and let me know when it's a more appropriate time to evaluate Kissmetrics for your site. Feel free to reach out to me if you would like your trial reactivated. If you have any questions, if you would like to see a live demo of Kissmetrics, or if you would like to talk to someone about web analytics in general. Wish you the best and hopefully we can work together in future. So now there are two parts to this email. In the first email, he is just building up the conversation. In the second email, Atwell is trying to provide multiple options to Manas to re-engage him, from providing an opportunity to reactivation of trial to asking any questions on web analytics, or having an opportunity to take demo of Kissmetrics, or just talking to someone about web analytics in general. So there are four options that Atwell have provided to Manas. So if Manas have any affinity of moving further, he will be re-engaging through this email. So guys, what do you think? Is it an automated email or a manual email? Okay. So basically, these kind of automated emails can be sent with just few simple tools which are highly personalized, can give a highly personalized experience to users and increase the re-engagement rate altogether, thus improving the overall business. So we'll see like where cases where these kind of emails provide you with a conversion rate of 20 to 25%. Now that's a very high conversion rate as compared to 2 to 3% that you see for every other channel through email, through Drip email marketing campaigns, particularly, you could see a conversion rate of 20, 25%, even 30% for few campaigns. So we'll learn all about that. Now, the thing is, there are certain myths around inbound marketing. Basically, people are confused about where does inbound marketing fit. I think we have already clarified. People are confused that why it is critical for a business, why you want to learn. I think those both questions have been settled. Now, few of the myths are like people just feel that it's about free versus paid. Inbound marketing is all about what you can do at zero cost. Every other channel is a paid channel. It's not like that, guys. Like it's not about free versus paid. It's all about like looking at customer journey and trying to provide them with a much more enhanced experience altogether. So it's not about free versus paid. It's all about uh, achieving the objective of engaging more users, converting more users off. So there are paid channels, there are paid tools that are there, which are part of inbound marketing as well. So it's all about achieving the goals that you have. Now, second point, I think I already clarified that people usually believe that inbound marketing is a strategy through which you build reach for your business. So it's not a reach building strategy. It is as much as a sales strategy as it is a reach building strategy. So it's just not restricted to attracting audiences. And the third and the most important point is no technique is 100% inbound or outbound. Now, what makes a technique inbound? Guys, can you think of anything? Like what makes a technique inbound? Like if there's a reach building channel, which channel will be part of inbound marketing? Is there a criteria that you can think of? So basically, if you have information about users, you will be able to provide them with better personalized content. More pull factor you will be able to create. But the limitation is there will always be scope to get more data about your users. There will never be sufficient data that is available. Let's say you know about the what people have done on the website, but if you had much more information, personal information of theirs about what they have done on other website, you will be able to better personalize the content that you're sending. So there will always be scope to do much more personalization that what you're able to do. So no technique is 100% inbound. Now, in case of outbound as well, so typically outbound is when you're reaching out to mass audiences with a generic message. That's what typically you do with TV campaigns, radio campaigns, or newspaper ads. Now, in case of outbound as well, there's a set of information that you have on about which type of user watches which TV channels or which serials at what time, which type of profile of profiles of users you will be able to reach out to. So that's something, a bit of personalization you will be able to do, bit of customization you will be doing in these outbound marketing channels as well. So no technique is 100% inbound or outbound. It's all about based on the information that you have, you try to do more personalization. Better personalization you are able to do, more inbound that particular technique is. Is this point clear, guys? Meghna, there are a lot of media buying companies that provide you with all those information. Okay, it's a very standardized format through which you will be able to see which channel have which type of audience and all. So these are three major myths around inbound marketing. If you're clear with each one of these, like I think you're ready to move to the next stage to start with understanding what are the three phases of inbound marketing and learning the overall inbound marketing strategy. Now, as I mentioned, like in while discussing the digital marketing framework, what we'll be discussing the 4 weeks. Now, in terms of three phases of inbound marketing, phase one of inbound marketing is attracting audiences and aggregating them. So basically, attracting an aggregation of audience consists of phase one of inbound marketing. Phase two of inbound marketing is conversion optimization, where you optimize the overall flow for users throughout your website and try to see how you can make it much more efficient. Now, phase three of inbound marketing is life cycle emails, when you try to nurture customers, make them understand more about the business by providing them with sequential emails over a period of time. So, these are three phases of inbound marketing that we'll be learning in this module. So, guys, is everything clear based on what we have discussed till now? Let me know if you have any questions or doubts, or if there's something which is not clear. So, in the next session, we'll be starting with understanding how you can attract audiences for a business. We'll see what are the channels that are available. We'll see and understand few tools through which you could measure which are the channels that your competitor is using to attract audiences to bring visitors to your website. We'll learn about few tools, and then we'll take up a business case and build a strategy to attract visitors for that particular business. So these are few of the things that we'll be learning in the next session. So with this, today's session is